Welcome, and here is the evening news at 7 p.m. on Nta Channel 5 Abuja. I am Aisha Oba Ali. The presidential directive that national flags be flown at half-mast nationwide in honor of late Chief of Army Staff Lieutenant General Ibrahim Attahiru and 10 other senior officers who died in the Kaduna air mishap was observed by residents of Abuja. Tessie Omeru, who went round the city, Abuja City Center, reports that Nigerians are still in deep pain over what they described as national tragedy.
Aside the national flag flying at half-mast, the federal government also declared Monday, 24th May 2021, work-free day for all military officers, as all military formations in the FCT were quiet, with officers asked to stay home to mourn.
Even seeing him addressing the troop at the theater of war, you could see that he was really determined to take us out of the woods. But unfortunately, like we always say, God does not make mistake. He knows why. We pray for the repose of their soul.
When I heard the death of the general, the Chief of Army Staff, I weep. I have never known him in person. I've never. Rather to even come across him, but it's very painful.
What really happened is a very big loss to the country.
They, however, commended the federal government for the honor accorded the dead heroes.
On the part of the president is commendable, even much more.
You need to honor the fallen heroes because on my own, I just felt his death was quite unnecessary.
What the government has done is quite commendable, and it's a motivator for increase in productivity of individuals and workers.
In a statement signed by the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Boss Mustafa, national flags are to be flown half-mast from Monday 24th May to Wednesday 26th May 2021 as a mark of honor. In Abuja, Tessie Omeru, NTA News.
May their souls rest in peace. The FCT Police Command says it condemns in totality the murder of one Blessing Otula, a former student of University of Abuja, whose body was found along Idur village. A statement signed by the command's public relations officer, ASP Mariam Yusuf, indicates that the Commissioner of Police Bala Chiroma has ordered a full-scale investigation into the incident and as well launched a manhunt for the perpetrators. Meanwhile, in another statement, the command says it has arrested 2 suspects for phone snatching and armed robbery along Central Area and Lugbe axis. The statement explained that the suspects are members of syndicate terrorizing unsuspecting residents along the axis. The statement assured that the suspects, upon conclusion of investigation, will be charged to court. Plans are on the way to extend the hours of operation by personnel of the Federal Road Safety Corps on FCT routes and highways. FCT Sector Commander Samuel Ochi disclosed this in an exclusive interview with Deborah Gazaji-Maika. The reports.
Resuming as the FCT Sector Commander of the Federal Road Safety Corps, Samuel Ochi says that with his years of experience on traffic management, FCT records more road crashes as a result of high volume of cars on the road, noting that most accidents occur in late hours and at some junctions within the city center.
People take advantage of the nature of the road. The fact that our roads within the metropolis are good, so there's an element of impatience on the part of road users. And because of that, that level of patience is not exercised most of the time.
Ochi therefore intends to extend hours of operations of traffic control, enforcing traffic rules and regulations with stiffer penalties for traffic violators.
To be a lot of public enlightenment to make the people realize that, look, our lives are in our hands. We must not allow another person to take our lives, unfortunately. So that will also be applied to ensure that crashes are reduced on the highway.
He, however, appealed to residents of the Federal Capital Territory to be law-abiding and be more conscious of other road users.
And to some infrastructure stories, residents of Kubwa in Buari Area Council are yearning for rehabilitation of major adjoining roads linking every part of the suburb. Aisha Bashir reports that some of the linking roads are not motorable. We'll bring you that report in the next bulletin. Moving on, unemployment, poverty, low level of income, and unprofessional entrepreneurial training are factors responsible for the continuous presence of hawking in the city centers. Serafina Okonomekwe takes a look at how these petty business traders pay their bills.
Despite efforts by authorities to keep hawkers away from the city centers, they still occupy spaces, selling products and other consumables. From the Federal Secretariat, UTC, and Area 1, hawkers rove about every nook and crannies of the city in a bid to make ends meet while seeking patronage. 11-year-old Sule, a sachet water hawker here at Area 3 Abuja, says his parents are poor, hence he can't afford going to school and decided to go into pure water business as he struggles to sell 4 bags a day, thereby making 400 naira profit only, which he manages to feed with. For Blessing Tochukwu, a fish seller, hawking business is lucrative.
So I buy the fish with carton. I bought it, I will sell it. And a day, the following day, I will go back again and sell it. So I will get my gain is I have 4,000 naira in each carton.
For residents of FCT, the informal sector needs to be encouraged, though hawking leads to defacement of the environment.
There are a lot of hawkers who come in, capitalize on that because of accommodation. They cannot get accommodation, and because of that, they are in the streets. And being in the streets, they get converted by other bad eggs. So the government should as well look into mass houses.
Whether you like it or not, these people must hawk to earn a living.
One of the challenges with hawking is indiscriminate dumping of refuse during and after sales and the attitude consumers exhibit, especially throwing sachet water randomly. Serafina Okonomekwe, Nta News.
Thank you, Serafina. Now, update on COVID says figures from the Nigerian Center for Disease Control, NCDC, as at 23rd May 2021 indicates no new case of COVID-19 in the FCT, where the total number of confirmed cases still remain 19,863, while active cases stand at 589, and the number of discharged cases in the territory put at 19,106, with 166 deaths recorded in the FCT.
Yau dai ga Balarabe. Balarabe! Ga wannan abin. Balarabe! Menene? Video ne ai, na video. Na washe video ne. Ya sami kyautar garabasar global rakete. Sai ko ya fara amfani da social media da bai san kansa ba cikin farin ciki. Browsing yake yana ta tattauna da jama'a, yana saka hotunan kayayyakinsa na kasuwanci gatsau. Ya tafka kuskure don ko ya saka hoton matarsa haɗe da kayayyakinsa na kasuwanci yana tallata a social media.
Na too much Berekete kosa.
Berekete, samu kyautar naira 600 na lokacin kira tare da garabasan kashi 700 akan duk caji da kuma har kashi 100 na duk tsarin data da kake aka yi.
And in the world of sport, Eyimba International has been knocked out of the CAF Confederation Cup after failing to overturn their first leg 4-1 deficit to Pyramids of Egypt in Aba, as Leicester City were denied Champions League qualification on the last day of the 2020-2021 EPL game. Details with Cynthia Ogun on Sports Brief.
In Sunday's Nigeria Professional Football League games, Katsina United held Kano Pillars to a 1-1 draw. Plateau United came through with a brutal 4-1 thrashing of Bauchi-based Vicky Tourist, while relegation threatened Adamawa United put up a good performance with a 3-3 draw against Warri Wolves. Rivers United and Abia Warriors game ended in a goalless draw, and Nasarawa United subdued their visitors Heartland 3-1. In other news, the People's Elephants' journey in the CAF Confederation Cup has ended on a 5-2 aggregate after they managed to hold Egyptian Premier club Pyramids to a 1-1 draw in the second leg of their quarter-final march on Sunday. Following their elimination, Eyimba will hope to revive their Nigeria Professional Football League standings, where they currently sit 10th with 4 games in hand. Elsewhere, the Blues had a nervy last day of the season, but Thomas Tuchel completed a mission that took the club from 10th to 4th place in the league after Leicester City lost 4-2 to Tottenham. And Sergio Aguero signed off for the Manchester City club in style on Sunday by coming off the bench to score twice in the Premier League champions' emphatic 5-0 victory against Everton on Sunday. With Sports Brief, Cynthia Ogun, NTA News.
And remember, COVID-19 vaccine is free. Please avail yourself the opportunity to be vaccinated. It is the effective way of curtailing the spread of the virus. With that, we'll wrap the English version of the news. Sit back for translation.
Kwen kwa wena iwo abada pepeyepe nje bijisasi isha ndaje zuma onewa goba ngai ai tintugoda nla ogbega nge chuta ala chuta yami no ai tinye hwan gududu kwewu nge je file mpugba hu gnabe aboda kaudanya at Ibrahim Atahiru bedenu asanagba je ngun awo no abejimba saji no oyashin abakaya bai lo Kaduna. Tesi Omeri nwale sheba webe na bedai wenga atozo nyibon naye ala shinta ga ntnijinya ga aboda kauda na bage bashi ba bugba hu ntukotu ndebe nkwen aza bagage afilo mbugba hu etinye hwan adnan nsaye nkwen chutaye nu aye ayakomi abayakomi ainpye ngun ata enya ko lakala naye nje gbamapye ko na pye shiba chegun anyi ko lo wije ko belen gbamapye ko ne anpye shiba chegun tnai abusibida nku bugba hu bai gnage de ko jin ebenu ko inu blessing otula ye pezan bi bei nu aye pezan ba adnagman nanu akinsin ne nu aje ewo zafi yashi nu ejigbe na ikogo idun nanu akinsin de busibida gnabie nu abeda sepa Mariam Yusuf wa gnage gnabie busibida nanu akinsin da bala chiroma wala ogbega nge azan azezan mbajin benukwe nkwen ban gnage baku azawan ngun aba njimeye mbane ginlo bai go aza awun abeda nu akala ban gnage azeban ajelo banejin ajwi mba jwi lugbe zokolukolo ba jin abe anukwe abusibida ba ngage be filo mba kun be yaba abeyanya osanu aba zeba nya che abele banu wada bokun aza mbanu jin tnitnpe nu zokoluko bai wushi amato ba jin apma zokoluko nwu igamba pelo nasara gbe nge Federal Road Safety bagage abokuba zo akanwa mba sepa nge baza wa beba sanu nkpa nu atnutnu jimba nanu ekinzine bedo na azokoluko adnagman aje nanu ekinye kwen gbabie peye yenya na yo Samuel Achu wone dade no yi abeda kwi Deborah Gazaji Maika we ngage mate dna ho jin badna matelo bai vi zokoluko sheba pelege ye baza nla kmaya nu zokoluko abo babwa wolela nu saisu
Jama'a masu kallo da sauraron mu barkamu da warhaka a takaice ga fassarar wasu daga cikin labaran yau kamar yadda aka saba mai karantawa Yusuf Yakubu. Bayan aukuwar hatsarin jirgin sama da ya yi sanadiyar rasuwar babban hafsan sojan Najeriya Ibrahim Attahiru da wasu mutane 10 akan hanyarsu ta zuwa Kaduna daga nan birnin Abuja. Shugaban ƙasa Muhammadu Buhari ya ba da umarnin sauke rabin tutar ƙasa a fadin kasar nan daga yau Litinin zuwa ranar Laraba domin jimami da karrama 'yan mazan jiyan da suka riga mu gidan gaskiya. Wakilayar mu Tesi Omeri ta zagaya birnin Abuja ta kuma shaida mana cewa gwamnatin tarayya bugu da ƙari ta ba da hutun yau Litinin 24 ga watan Mayu ga sojoji kadai domin su yi jimami da ta'aziyar rasuwan babban hafsan. A yanzu haka al'ummar Najeriya na ci gaba da jimamin hatsarin da suka bayyana a matsayin annoba ga kasar nan. Rundunar 'yan sandan Abuja ta yi tir da Allah wadai da kisan da aka yi wa wata mai suna Blessing Otula, tsohuwar ɗalibar jami'ar Abuja da aka ga gawarta a kan hanyar ƙauyen Iddo. A jawabin da rundunar ta sawa hannu, mai magana da yawun rundunar Maryam Yusuf ta sanar da cewa kwamishinan 'yan sandan Abuja Bala Chiroma ya ba da umarnin cewa a gudanar da binciken kwakwaf a kan lamarin kisanta, sannan a yi farautar waɗanda suka kashe ta. A wani jawabi kuma rundunar ta ce ta samu nasarar kama wasu mutane 2 masu aikata laifukan kwacen wayar salula ta mutane da fashi da makami a ƙwaryar birnin Abuja da kuma yankin Lugbe, inda ta ce da zarar ta kare bincike a kansu za ta mika su gaban kuliya manta sabo domin su fuskanci hukuncin da ya dace da su. Yanzu haka ana shirin ƙara sa'o'in lokuta da jami'an hukumar kare fararen hula za su ke aiki a kan manyan titunan birnin tarayya da ke nan babban birnin tarayyar ƙasa Abuja. Shugaban rundunar na nan Abuja Samuel Ochi na ya bayyana haka a wata hira ta musamman da wakiliyarmu da Bera Gazaji Maika ta yi da shi, inda ya buƙaci masu amfani da ababen hawa da su riƙa bin dokokin hanya domin rage faruwar haɗunan da ke sababa asarar rayuka da dukiyoyin al'umma. To ƙarshen labaran namu ne kenan, sai kuma gobe idan rai ya kai. Allah ya tashe mu lafiya.
abịakwa m ọzọ n'oge akụkọ ụwa onye n'ihu onyonyo gị bụ Chisom Sonny Nwokafọ ka anyị gaa n'iru. site na ntụziaka nke onye isi ala anyị na a ga-edote ọkọlọtọ nke ala anyị n'etiti ihe eji ekonye ya gbaa ala anyị gburugburu iji kwanyere onye isi ndị soja ala anyị nwụrụ anwụ bụ Lieutenant Colonel Ibrahim Atahiru nakwa mmadụ 10 ndị soja nwụrụ anwụ na ihe mberede ụgbọelu na steeti nke Kaduna ugwu. Obodo a bụ FCT sonyere na nke a. Tesomeri batara anyị akọ na ndị bi n'obodo a kọwara ọnwụ ndị a dịka oke ihe mere ala anyị, ebe ahụ na ọkọlọtọ ndị a nọ n'etiti ihe eji ekonye ya n'ụfọdụ ebe ha ọhụrụ bụ nke ga-agwụ n'abalị 26 nke ọnwa, ebe ogige ọrụ ndị uwe ojii ndị a n'obodo a dị jụụ na nkwanye ùgwù nke ịnọrọ n'ụlọ nye ndị ọrụ nchekwa ndị a iji kwanyere ndị ha nwụrụ anwụ ùgwù. Ụlọ ọrụ ndị uwe ojii ngalaba nke obodo a bụ FCT ekwupụtala mwute ha nye ogbugbu egburu otu onye akpọrọ aha ya Blessing Otula bụ onye bụbu nwa akwụkwọ mahadum nke obodo a bụ Abuja, bụ onye ahụrụ ozu ya n'okporo ụzọ ime obodo Ido. N'ozi nke onye okwupụta okwu nke ụlọ ọrụ a, ASP Mariam Yusuf, gosiri na onye isi ndị uwe ojii nke obodo a Bala Shiroma enyela iwu ka eleba anya n'ihe butere ọnwụ nwaada. Ozi ọzọ ha wepụtara gosi na ha anwụchiela mmadụ 2 n'obodo Lugbe nakwa n'obodo etiti obodo a maka izu ohi ekwentị na ohi ndị ọzọ, ebe ha kwuru na ha lebacha anya na nke a, ha ga-akpụpụ ha n'ụlọ ikpe. Enwere nhazi ka ọ dị ugbu a ịgbatịkwu oge ndị na-arụ ọrụ ezi nchebe nke okporo ụzọ n'obodo a akpọrọ FRSC bụ ndị nọ n'okporo ụzọ ndị enwe n'obodo a bụ FCT. Onye isi nke ụlọ ọrụ a bụ FRSC ngalaba nke obodo a Samuel Ochi mere ka amata nke a n'oge o sonyere onye ọrụ anyị Deborah Gazazimaka na-aza ajụjụ ọnụ, ebe o kwuru na nke a ga-enye aka ibelata ihe mberede nke okporo ụzọ, ebe ha ga na-enye ntaramahụhụ n'ụzọ kwesịrị ekwesị n'ebe ndị dara iwu okporo ụzọ ndị enwe n'obodo a dị. Ya dịkwara gị n'ama maka ige m ntị na nke abalị a. Ndewonu.
Ẹ̀kálẹ́ o, ìròyìn ló ń tẹ̀sí etí bọ̀yìn láti lè ṣe amóhùnmáwòrán ìkànnì Kano l'Abuja. Ọláyínká Adéníjì ni oníròyìn. Àṣẹ tí ààrẹ orílẹ̀-èdè yìí pa wípé kí gbogbo àsíá orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà wà ní títa láàbọ̀ láti fi kẹ́dùn olóògbé ọ̀gágun Ibrahim Atahiru àti àwọn 10 tó jẹ́ ọ̀gá àgbà nínú iṣẹ́ ológun tó pàdánù ẹ̀mí wọn nínú ìjàmbá òfurufú lọ́nà Kaduna ni àwọn ará Àbújá bẹ̀rẹ̀ mímúṣẹ rẹ̀ láti òní yìí títí yóò fi di ọjọ́ 16 oṣù tá a wà yìí. Aṣojúkọ̀ròyìn wa Tẹ́sí Òmírì tó ṣe rìnkèrindò ìlú Àbújá ṣàlàyé wípé àwọn ọmọ orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà ṣì wà nínú ìkẹ́dùn ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ ńlá yìí lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́. Àwọn ọlọ́pàá ìlú Àbújá ti sọ di mímọ̀ wípé ikú ọ̀dọ́mọbìnrin kan tí orúkọ rẹ̀ ń jẹ́ Blessing Otula tó jẹ́ akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ yunifásitì Àbújá tẹ́lẹ̀ rí ni ó bani lọ́kàn jẹ́. Òkú olóògbé náà ni wọ́n rí ní ẹ̀bá ọ̀nà abúlé Ìdó nílùú Àbújá. Agbẹnusọ fún àwọn ọlọ́pàá nílùú Àbújá Mariam Yusuf ṣàlàyé wípé kọmíṣánná ọlọ́pàá ìlú Àbújá Bala Shiroma ti pàṣẹ ìwádìí tó péye látàrí ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ láabi yìí. Ẹ̀wẹ̀, aṣojúkọ̀ròyìn wa tún fi ìdí rẹ̀ múlẹ̀ wípé àwọn jàǹdùkú ènìyàn 2 mìíràn ní ṣìkún ọwọ́ àwọn ọlọ́pàá ti tẹ̀ látàrí iṣẹ́ gbéwiri tí wọ́n rawọ́ lé ní agbègbè Lugbe. Wọ́n sì fi dájú wípé láìsí àní-àní àwọn fìríǹdì ọ̀kẹ́ yìí kì yóò lọ láì faragbọ́ta. Ní báyìí o, ètò ti parí láti rí dájú wípé àkókò iṣẹ́ àti ìṣe àwọn ẹ̀ṣọ́ ojú pópó ìyẹn FRC ẹ̀ka tìlú Àbújá fikún iye ìgbà tí wọ́n máa lò lójú pópó láìsí àní-àní. Ọ̀gá àgbà àwọn ẹ̀ṣọ́ náà Samuel Ochi ló fìdí ọ̀rọ̀ yìí múlẹ̀ nígbàtí aṣojúkọ̀ròyìn wa Deborah Gazazimaka fọ̀rọ̀ jomitoro ọ̀rọ̀ pẹ̀lú rẹ̀. Tó rẹ̀ ọ̀hún kò ní ju báyìí lọ, káwàláyé wa gbogbo aká máa ríre ọ̀kọ̀ọ̀kan láòjì ò kásùn láyọ̀.
you.